Right, so this video is basically just a mixture of like stuff related to my car basically. First of all, I'd like to say the support on the exhaust video, on fitting the exhaust, was quite mad, to be fair. It's got a decent amount of views from our channel, to be honest, which I'm not going to moan about. I'm just going to reply to some of the comments. I know I've already replied in the previous video in the comment section, but I just wanted to like sort of make everyone else aware of the situation people were on about. So if you haven't already watched the video, then go and watch it. If you have seen it, then you'll know what I'm talking about. When I put the exhaust on, there's literally like that much gap between the exhaust and the bumper, and obviously the exhaust is like a working part of the car, and it gets hot when you're driving around. And my worry was, when I first fitted it, that the bumper was going to melt, and that's basically what would happen over time. So I'd mentioned to Dave when we was fitting it that I wanted to get either some bigger rubber hangers so that the exhaust would hang lower away from the bumper so it wouldn't melt, or the last resort option is to actually cut a bit more of an arch around the bumper, which I didn't want to do, and I'm not going to do it. Well, the only way I'm going to do that is if the rubber hangers don't work or they don't look right, but they should be fine. It is only one that I need, but the exhaust will be like that. If like, imagine this is the bumper there. If I change the rubber hanger for a lower one there, it will be like that, and then obviously you'll have the stock one there. So I'm gonna have to buy two so that it hangs evenly, and there'd be no problems with the exhaust then. For those of you that are lazy and you probably haven't watched my recent video of putting the exhaust on, I'll show you the exhaust now and show you what it looks like. And it was really easy to put on, to be honest. The old one, I'll show you that as well. That's a bit of a story by itself. But yeah. Right, so this is the view from the front, and as far as the front's concerned of the car, I haven't actually done anything in terms of like mods and stuff to it. Closest thing I've done is I took the number plate off and cleaned it, but I have got some things that I want to do. I was thinking about making a wide mouth on here, but there's literally no point, because I watched a video on someone else's Corsa, and their grille comes up to where that ends there, so they've got all that, whereas mine, I'd have to take off the actual paintwork and under the number plate all the way to the other side, and then get some mesh and put over. But then I also realised that the mesh doesn't match this part of the grille, so the whole wide mouth situation is going to be a no at the minute, unless I can think of, well, get hold of another bumper, but I don't really want to mess with that. Fog lights is going to be a thing I'm going to do myself as well. I'm going to cut some holes in there because obviously that's solid. I'd thought that might unclip, but that's actually one big piece. It's all stuck together. So yeah, I'm going to have to do that at some point on both sides. But when it comes to like the back of the car, I'm actually happy with how the back of the car is now. The only problem is when you turn the lights on, the back lights, you can sort of see where I'd spray painted, which I didn't really like the look of, especially when you put it into reverse. You can see there's little black spots. I'm going to get them properly wrapped black. But yeah, I'll show you the back of the car now. So yeah, that's what I was on about with the exhaust, the gap. Excuse how dirty the car is, I haven't cleaned it in a bit. Yeah, that's not much of a gap at all. In fact, that's actually touching a bit, because when you move the exhaust you can see the bumper flex a bit. So yeah, I'm going to have to sort out some, you can see the rubber bracket is that there. You can get them so they dip a bit lower and it'll come off the bumper more. But yeah, other than that, the back's pretty much sound. Like, I like how the back is at the minute. So, interior mods with the car, I've done very minimum, to be honest. I mean, I've put these blue, they're like gel rings, and they just go around the air vents just to give it a bit more of a better look. I mean, just doing them, I think, makes a massive difference to the dashboard. I talked about the blue trim that I'd put in myself. I actually took it out of here. I think I mentioned in my last video, or a couple of videos ago I mentioned that in. It was a bit of a faff when it come to the glove box, because obviously you was opening it and it was coming off in places. so I just took it off. Same with the door card, and in the back, obviously the back is messy. I mean, it's never been clean apart from when I brought it. But yeah, and I kept it in the side of the door and down here. As you can see, that's just come off. So yeah, I wouldn't actually recommend buying that, because the only place where it's actually stuck in, apart from when I've just moved it, is there and there, and obviously in the sides of the door here. But yeah, so I'm going to wash the car now, not with the jet wash or anything. I'm going to use my my Demon Shine spray. It could do with a jet wash. I'm going to jet wash it at some point, but the weather today is just too hot. Like, if you're watching this video the day I'm uploading it, you'll know how hot it's been today, especially if you live in the UK. So yeah.
Shit ain't working out, we gotta go our separate ways. I've been trapping all week, feel like I haven't slept in days. He ain't never learned his lesson, nigga stuck up in his ways. He gon' drown up in the water, tryna ride a nigga wave. I've been running through the streets, feel like I'll never be the same. Did it to myself, I guess I ain't the one to blame. Only wanted money, I forgot it came with fame. Don't know how to play, well I can teach you as a game. Having nightmares of being trapped in the basement. I can't trust these niggas, ain't real love, they be faking. Running to $1 million, I don't really feel like waiting. Niggas do his life away, he had no motivation. Stuck up in the trap, but very soon I'll be escaping.
Yeah. Right, so it was a bit of a random video. I just wanted to sort of show you some of the bits I've done to my car. I mean, I know I've already done videos like it before, but cleaning my car, that's literally, if I don't use a jet wash or a like soapy water or whatever, then that's literally what I do. I use Demon Shine. So Demon Shine, if you're watching this, I'm actually running out as we speak, so I could do with a hookup. Demon Shine, I got a gift box for Christmas. They're only cheap. I think they're about 25 quid, but you get a couple of bottles to do the outside, a couple of bottles to do the inside, and then you got all like your tyre and your rim sort of special cleaners. But yeah, I'll definitely invest in it if you've got the spare money lying around. So yeah, I thought I'd give you guys a cold start as well, just to sort of show you that the exhaust is still running, it's not hanging off. You might have noticed, I mean, from the back of the car it sounds a lot better. Like, it sounds, that's how I want the car to sound. So yeah, that's basically what I want the car to sound like. I mean, I could probably make it go a bit louder. I mean, I definitely could make it go louder, but at the minute that's sort of what I'm happy with. I don't want to go over the top with it. But yeah, there's still the issue with the timing chain. I haven't had that sorted yet, simply because garages are not going to be able to do anything to it because they're only doing key workers at the minute, which I suppose is fair enough. I mean, I'm not using the car, so I mean, it's not really causing a problem at the minute, but when I do come to use it, it will be a problem, because you can definitely notice from standing at like the front of the car that there's an issue with the engine. If you don't know a lot about cars, it's not noticeable in the slightest, but if you leave it idling for a bit, you'll notice that it keeps a constant rev. Like, it stays at one rev for ages, even though you're not revving the car, it just stays at one constant rev. But then every so often, like every few minutes, it will start to drop revs, and then it'll build up as if someone is revving it, but it's not being revved. And then when you pop the bonnet open, you can actually see, well, not see, but you can hear it a lot better, because obviously you can see what you're actually listening to, if that makes sense. Does it make, yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, there's still that issue. I mean, it's not a cheap fix. I mean, it is relatively expensive, but it's a lot cheaper than what was first quoted, so I can't really moan at that. But yeah, I've got quite a few bits to do. Like I said, I'm just doing bits at a time at the minute, because obviously I'm still working. I'm still trying to save money and have enough money to sort of keep me going without spending it all on my car, sort of making me bankrupt at the minute. So yeah. I think I mentioned at the start of the video I'd brought some more parts. After I put the exhaust on, I mean, at first I was dreading the exhaust. I mean, I was like, well, it's a straightforward thing, but nothing's ever straightforward, especially when you're doing it yourself. But yeah, I brought some more things. They haven't been delivered yet, so I'm not going to give anything away. I've brought something for the inside, something for the outside in terms of lowering, but it's not a lowering kit, before anyone says. Oh, and then the other thing, I might as well tell you that because that's nothing, it's just some suction cups, just because I can take the front plates off then and it looks better in photos and stuff. But yeah, that's basically, you're up to date now with the car. Yeah, the inside's messy, so thought I'd show you that. Yeah, got my hat from work. I don't know what's actually in there. Oh, that's all that blue trim that I took out the car. Got some cleaning products down there, the old LED, well, I say LED, the old indicators, some crystal clear window cleaner stuff. And yeah, we don't even need to get into the back of that. It's got all my work stuff in and just a load of crap. Oh, the old exhaust's in there actually. I'll show you the old exhaust. Right, so this is the old exhaust. As you can see, it is in a bit of a state. Yeah, there's that. That actually snapped off in the last video. It was on its way out, as you can see that crack there. That's been welded on. Where's the welded? That's been welded on there. No idea why. But yeah, I generally thought taking that off and having the new exhaust on might have changed sort of how the car run. I mean, it changes the sound obviously, but yeah, as you can see, that's not in the best condition. So at the minute, it's staying in there until I can get something sorted. Yeah. So the one thing I didn't clean on the car was the wheels. I literally haven't cleaned the wheels since I've had the car, which is like, I've had it for about a year. Why is this lighting so bad? There we go. I've had it for about a year and I just haven't touched the wheels, simply because I was planning on getting some new alloys when I first got the car, just because that was one of the first things I wanted to do. And then I'll obviously clean the wheels then. Got some more video ideas and stuff to come when I get the wheels sorted. There's just a lot, not really a lot I can do until I get them. But yeah. Guys, my camera is about to die literally any second now. So I'm going to cut this video here. Thank you for watching. Like the video because it helps me out a lot more than you think. Comment down below some video ideas which you can think of. Like I said, I got some good video ideas coming up soon. Hopefully a lot sooner, hoping this coronavirus all sort of ends, because I'm getting pretty bored of it now, especially when I'm not working, it's just boring. But yeah, subscribe if you're new to the channel, guys, and see you in the next video. Peace.
Brown sugar never been so sweet, but vanilla ice cream is my favourite dish. Black of the berry, the sweet or the drip. Make a cheesecake, last bit we can split it. Why you care what my pigment is? Held me down, I was progressing, reminded me.